Treyarch just secretly introduced one of my favorite features in Black Ops 6 Zombies of all time. If you're like me and you love stats and you love graphs, you are going to love this hidden feature. Now, I say this is a hidden feature not because it's some secret Easter egg, but because modern Call of Duty menus aren't exactly the most intuitive, and I don't think they did any promoting of this feature. But if you go to your barracks and then you go to your stats, there is a brand new section called the combat record. I believe this was introduced in season 3, but if we go on in here, there are a ton of stats and I love it. You can see I've already played 12 days of this game and we're only on season 3. I think in the whole of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, I only played 9 days, but I was also working a full-time job. So, you know. Now, if you're a little bit disappointed in this, allow me to win you over because this is a lot deeper than you might think. And Treyarch, if you're watching, first of all, thank you. This is fantastic. But second of all, I'm of course going to have my own suggestions. But let's give you a brief overview. Obviously, we have our time played, matches played, the eliminations per game, our exfil ratio. I want you all to go to your combat record and tell me what your exfil ratio is for your lifetime. I think I have the highest exfil ratio on my friends list, but I'm not sure. Let me know what yours is in the comment section below. We have our critical kill ratio. That depends on what gun you're using, wonder weapon, shotgun. Our highest exfil, our highest eliminations per game. We have all of our weapons, our recent matches. If you click on the recent match, you can see we just got done with our Maelstrom game. You could see what pack-a-punch level and rarity your gun was, your critical kill percentage, your boss eliminations, elites, special enemy eliminations. This is so good. All of them down here. Look at this. Oops, Citadel Day More. This was our DM10 game where we went and beat the boss fight. That was our zombie snack game, I think. And no boss eliminations because, yeah, okay. And this was epic pack-a-punch level 2. Look at this. It's so cool. Exfil round 2, exfil round 21. Wow, I exfilled all of these games. And unlike Modern Warfare 3, if you beat the Easter egg, it counts as an exfil and it doesn't count as a loss. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Okay, going back here. We have our maps. This is so cool. And Treyarch, why this is so cool is because, well, there's a lot of reasons why. But first of all, we have the main quest complete. So if you have all of these main quests complete, except for one map, that sparks an intrinsic motivation in players. That is what Zombies needs. Intrinsic motive. We have the extrinsic motivation, you know, like if we go back here, when we look at our map selection, all of these bonuses, those are in extrinsic, external rewards. You know, we have our zombie snacks mode. Hey, if you play this mode, we're going to give you a ton of gobblegums. But once those gobblegums are gotten, people aren't going to play that mode anymore. However, when they're looking in their stats and they're looking at their maps, oh my goodness, I've done all the main quests except for the tomb. I better try that. Hey, I've got to round 100 or, you know, I've got to round cap on all the maps except for Terminus here. Man, I got to get to round 55 on Terminus. I'm literally thinking about that right now. I want to do that. The highest round and the highest exfil, like that's so cool. I want my highest exfil to match my highest round here. I think that'd be so awesome. You could see the time played. You could see how long I tested so many things in Liberty Falls. 4 days played in Liberty Falls, 2 days in Terminus, 2 days in Citadel, 1 day in the Tomb. I'm surprised it's not bigger. I think some of these might be glitched a little bit, but this is pretty accurate. And then 1 day and a day and a half in Shattered Veil because it's the newest one, of course. But you can see 39 games, 65 games, 74 games, 78 games, 207 games of Liberty Falls. Highest essence, highest eliminations, all of this is fantastic for that intrinsic motivation. But where this gets crazy, it gets crazy in a couple different ways. At the top here, well, it's also for multiplayer too. Multiplayer's had a combat record for a long time now. Hey, I'm almost to a 2 KDO eliminations, I guess, if you count that. But anyway, you can sort all of this information by what prestige you were on. So if we go all the way back to prestige number 1, the maps, we should just have Liberty Falls and Terminus. We only played 30 games of Terminus, 11 games of Terminus, 30 games of Liberty Falls, 14 hours, 8 hours of Terminus. Look at that. You could see your own time played. And remember when they were like, oh my goodness, people have twice as much game time in Liberty Falls than they do Terminus, and I was part of the problem. Look at that. But again, that was a lot of testing, a lot of that, you know, figuring out how the game works. But we can go Prestige 1. I don't think Prestige 1 will do all the recent matches. No, that's not it. But where these prestiges gets really crazy, and all of this is changed by your prestige. Look at that exfil ratio, 2.15, 1.75. You can see it start going down as the game progresses. Look at that. Wow. terrible exfil ratio there for Prestige 5. And you see here, like Prestige 7, I have no games played. I don't think that's true. I have not played many games of multiplayer here. In fact, I can see how many games of multiplayer. 50 games of multiplayer. Look at that, 5 hours, not that much. But now what we could do is we could click into this section here. This is such a good section, because not only do we have all of the weapons that we have, not only can we sort them by which prestige, but if we go even further up to the top, we can go see our equipment, and we can sort our equipment by all of the different prestiges. We can go to our field upgrades, and obviously I didn't use field upgrades. That might have been glitched, but there you go. Look at that dark flare. I'm using dark flare all the time. Look at that dark flare, lifetime dark flare. That's kills. But what if you want to go by how many times you've used something rather than just kills? Well, you can filter here, and it will change down here. Hopefully it doesn't glitch out. There you go. How many uses you've done. So lifetime, I've used Ether Shroud more than Dark Flare, but I've gotten more kills Dark Flare. Ooh, and Frost Blast. Hey, let's go Frost Blast. And keen-eyed viewers might be able to tell, you could see your top major augment and your top minor augment. So right here, you could see what augments you use the most. You could see your kills per use, your highest multi-kill, 47 kills with one Dark Flare. What was our highest in Frost Blast? Oh, it might not have enough information yet for that, but that's really cool. Energy Mine, what's our highest multi-kill? 39, let's go. Tesla Storm, it looks like some of these are glitched because you see Tesla Storm kills while active is like 2,000, so I bet you this is like more than Frost Blast here, but it might not count certain kills with Tesla Storm or something. But man, this is so sick. But then we have perks. That's right, we have perks, and they've counted this whole time since Prestige 1. They've counted how long we've had perks equipped. Look at this. Look at this. Season 1, Prestige 1. My top major augment was Gravity MD. I bet you none of you can tell me what Gravity MD even is. But I remember running that so much. When did I change over for PhD? There's PhD slider right there. Prestige 2. Oh, Dr. Ram. I need to use PhD again. But then yes, I very quickly switch to PhD slider very, very quickly. But for our lifetime, we've had Juggernog equipped for 13 days and 9 hours. Now, let's just go back and remind ourselves, I only have 12 days played. So there's probably some bugginess going on here. And sometimes it does that too. Sometimes it'll like, you'll have to go back into the combat record a couple times. I don't know. Sometimes the menus are buggy, but yeah. So clearly it's either not counting some time in this screen or the other screen, but still, you can see my top major augment, probiotic and hardened plates. Those are my top 2. And again, talking about that intrinsic motivation, the things that intrinsic motivation is players who want to play the game for no other reason than to play the game, and they're self-motivated to play the game as opposed to getting an external reward. And so this, to me, when I'm looking at my lifetime time, hey, probiotic is my top major augment. I love turtle shell now. So now I'm thinking I gotta run turtle shell more often to get this top major augment to be turtle shell. And I'm gonna go through, here's my speed, cola, fast pitcher. I do like that dead head, dead break. Again, I might be switching to that hipfire one instead. PhD Cider, Tribologist, I might want to switch that up. Stalker, I love Stalker on Stamina Up, man. Hard Target, again, Hard Target is very different than what I'm running now. Dying Wish, Karmic Return, that's pretty simple. Parting Gift, Bicky Eater, Citrus Focus, Vulnerbean, of course. We've got Espresso, Stick and Move, that's definitely just from Citadel Day More. Death Stare and Extra Change, of course, my favorites. And then Double Tap, we've got Double Impact and Double or Nothing. And we've only been using Double Tap for 2 in-game days. Crazy. And we can go even further and look at our ammo mods too. For our lifetime, I've been switching to Deadwire, Lightning Strike Extension. That's what I suggest. Napalm Burst, did a lot of Napalm Burst back when the game first came out. We can go to Prestige 1. Look at this, Napalm Burst, look at all these kills. Zombies Ignited. Now, I wonder how accurate this is if we could use this for testing purposes. I really don't trust it to be accurate for testing purposes, but that could be really cool. You can see around Prestige 3 is where I figured out Firebomb and Incendiary was really good. You could tell Prestige 10 is when I did my Shadow Rift testing, and you could definitely tell what 2 ammo mods I do not use. And finally, we have the ability to look at our score streaks. And again, we could filter this. Can you filter this by anything else? I don't think you can. Can we filter perks by anything else? No, it's just field upgrades, uses and kills, and equipment, which is kills. Uh-oh, it's a little buggy still. Yeah, apparently, okay, you can't. Treyarch, if you go to your equipment, it looks as though you cannot filter it by like kills per use or anything. Otherwise, it exits you out of the thing. But can we filter this by anything? Eliminations? Critical kills, let's go. Critical kill percentage, that's a good one. Packed eliminations, pack-a-punched eliminations, and then legendary rarity eliminations. Let's go. Yeah, the CR50, the AMAX I used on my suppressor testing, so I have a ton of kills with it now. But you can see, I don't have that many kills with one individual gun. I got to around like 55, 60 with just the Cypher back when the Tomb released. But other than that, I've been trying my best to keep my guns pretty even in terms of the camo grind. Oh yeah, legendary eliminations, because these guys aren't legendary. So if we go back to just simple eliminations, you can see some of the guns that I just don't use all that much. Wow, I don't use the jet gun. TR2, that thing was terrible. AMR4, I still need to grind that out. All the pistols, the sniper rifles, still need the dissector here, and it looks like this is glitched because the power drill, I definitely have gold already. You can see I have kills with it. I have kills with all of these, so I wonder what's going on with that. The knife is gold, so I don't know what this is all about, but let's get back to our score streaks here. We could filter these by kills per use, highest kills per use. You can see I've used the hand cannon a lot, but I bet you that's only counting. Well, no, I might actually use the hand cannon that much. I really like the hand cannon, but it might count every time I'm pulling it out and then I put it back, because sometimes I just like looking at it. We can see my least used kill streak of all time is the LDBR, then the Hellstorm, then I've got 40 kills with I've got 783 kills with the RCXD. Oh, that's uses. That's uses. Okay, so kills wise, yeah, I've got 783 kills with the RCXD. I need to get the death machine up a little bit. Mutant injection, obviously, I've done my fair share of mutant injection. Chopper gunner, hand cannon, sentry turret, surprised to see so high, and the mangler cannon. That's so cool. Again, how many kills with the RCXD do you have? And how many kills per use do you get with it? 18 kills per use. Let's go, donuts. That's really not bad. That's better than the mangler cannon and the death machine. Oh, it's definitely counting when you just pull out those things, because sometimes I'll pull it out just to kill like a mangler or a boss zombie or something. So yeah, that's gonna heavily affect those. But dang, the 18 kills per use, that's pretty good. Obviously, mutant injection, chopper gunner, LDBR. Wow, there is so many things in here that I just adore. And yes, I wanted to make a dedicated video about it because alongside all of these like leaderboards and medals here, this is great for intrinsic motivation. I remember back in Black Ops 1, one of the first multiplayer Call of Duties I ever got into, that combat record was so in-depth and so awesome, it naturally made me want to play and use different things and experiment with different setups. And I love these little things where it's like, hey, this is last earned 4 days ago, so hey, can I get 200 zombie kills in a row without taking damage? I've definitely been playing zombies in the past 4 days, so do I just suck and not get all of these invincible medals or something? It's just little details like this that you can't put a stat on it. You can track how many people complete Easter eggs, and then you can incentivize them with these bonuses and rewards. But what no stat can see, what no spreadsheet will tell you, is how many people are inspired to play the game more based on, well, I guess this new camo thing is really nice too. If you go into your challenges down here, your barracks, your challenges, we have a camo thing. Even though, link in the description, I do have my own camo tracker that you can use. It is really nice to have these badges. I love these badges, even though I don't have a lot of the melee weapons, but you can see I've got all this other stuff. I need to use the smoke grenades a little bit more, apparently. See, now that's something I'm gonna pay attention to. That's a goal that I'm gonna make for myself. And that's the sort of thing that you can't really measure. When you put in this combat record, you don't know how many people are getting inspired by that and going, oh my goodness, I want to do this. Hey, I want to get to 1 million kills, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this. And it makes it so easy for people to become inspired to play the game. And as a stats nerd, as there's over 100,000 of us beautiful people who are definitely, at least in some part, some stats nerds, this is a gold mine for inspiration and motivation to play this game. If your favorite gun, like my favorite, what's my favorite gun? I don't even know what my favorite gun is. Maybe the AS Val is your favorite gun, and you see it's all the way down here. You're like, dang, I'm gonna start using the ASL a whole lot more because I want to use it all the way up here. Or if you notice, oh my goodness, I'm using the AMAX way too much, I gotta stop using that thing and start giving my love to other weapons. For example, like I love the swords on Citadel, but I do not have many kills with any of the wonder weapons really because of the camel grind. So this just inspires me like, I want to use the electric sword. I want to test that out. I want to see how many kills I can get with that and go to high rounds with that. I love it so much. So first of all, dear Treyarch, thank you so much for putting this in. I know it's like 6 months into the game's life cycle or halfway over, and you can see door wall buys too. Look at that, critical kills, eliminations, there's door wall buys, there's the duration of the game. It's just so much fun to go back. Hey, Prestige 1, when the game first came out, I only got to round 36 on Liberty Falls, but I got to round 41 on Terminus. Back when it was Mangler City on all of those maps. That's how high of a round I got to. And then Prestige 2, 36 and 36 on both maps. That was the style at the time back then because of all the Manglers. Hey, look, Season 3 comes around, or Season 1 Reloaded or something comes around, Prestige 3, now I'm gonna make it to health cap. Now I'm gonna get, well, I mean, Terminus still isn't that much. The stories that you tell yourself, the fun you can have just by looking at this is so good. So thank you, Treyarch. If you haven't explored this, let me know all of your different stats. Put it in the comment section below. And if you do like stats as much as I do, you are going to love what Frostblast actually does. I spent 3 days testing what Frostblast actually does. There's so many secret effects. You're gonna love it. Be sure to check out the video here. And as always, stay beautiful.